My name is Shannon Gibson. I'm an associate professor in environmental studies and international relations, and I teach classes on environmental politics and social movements.
I'm Kirian Mischke-Reeds, and I'm a second-year master's student in public diplomacy at USC.
Hi, I'm Murad Jah, and I am a master's student in the environmental studies department at USC.
Hi, I'm Christina Chkarboujl. I'm a sophomore majoring in global studies and earth sciences at USC.
I'm Annika Goldman, and I'm double majoring in environmental studies and communications.
I'm Martynowicz, and I am majoring in international relations with a minor in consumer behavior.
Tired are you guys? What time did you stay up till last night?
Yeah, I went to bed at 7:30.
Yeah, we went
this
to
morning.
like half 7.
7:30 this morning?
Yeah.
And then you've taken naps for...
Maybe.
I don't know, you just take like naps every couple hours.
Yeah.
So the days get really weird.
So last night I went to bed at around 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time.
And when was like the time that you had slept before that?
The last nap I took was like 4 p.m.
Okay.
So
that was your day, 4 p.m. to 8 a.m.
But it's funny because during the night, so one of us will be really tired and the other one will be all energetic and lift the other one up, and then it completely switches.
Yeah.
And when I came down this morning at 6 a.m., I swear I thought you had had like a pot of coffee.
Oh, I was so amped to tell you.
You were like so jazzed to tell me about the updates that I had missed.
Yeah.
So we are here for the second year at the Wrigley Institute on Catalina Island to follow the COP27 climate negotiations. For the most part, we're really kind of trying to focus on the climate justice narratives, looking at the impact that civil society is having on the treaty outcomes, particularly looking at carbon trading, loss and damage, mitigation targets, and seeing what are the claims and frames that particular groups are using, specifically really honing in on the concerns of Indigenous peoples organizations, communities of color, those looking at a gendered lens on climate, and seeing to what extent, if any at all, they're able to get in safeguards and protections into the treaty outcomes.
Last year they did a similar thing, but they didn't really have anyone on media. And of course, there's a lot of really important decisions being made, and the research that is happening with the USC team is really cool. And so Dr. Gibson just really wanted someone here, part of the team, to be able to, create some content on what's happening that is much more digestible for people who aren't necessarily world leaders and experts in this realm.
What we're doing here on the island is we're watching COP27 to try to get some ideas for how we can implement things that happen at a real COP in Sea Roads, which is a simulation of an international climate conference.
One of the reasons that I really wanted to bring students to the COP, even if we can't physically be there, is that for me, going to my first COP in 2009 was absolutely transformational in terms of what I wanted to conduct research on, what I ended up doing with my life, really going and seeing the talks happen and then ultimately fall apart in Copenhagen in 2009, honestly is what inspired me to become more engaged in critical and emancipatory pedagogy, in introducing justice-based education into my classes on public health, on environmental governance, on social movements and non-state actors. And so, because that experience for me in my 20s was so eye-opening, it's something that I want to provide for other students at USC.
Yeah, I think from my perspective, aside from just a general interest in the subject, obviously from being an environmental scientist, I think our generation really has a responsibility to learn about this, and also for those who are really interested in it, spread the word about it to other people in our generation.
It's afforded me the opportunity to attend stuff like COP that really stoked a fire in me, and I realized, I think last year after COP, I was like, I want to go there, like I need to be there, I want to take a part. So yeah, now it's really impacting my career plans. I would love to be a climate diplomat.
It's just really important for me because I'm really interested in environmental diplomacy and environmental law. And so being able to watch this conference with someone like Dr. Gibson, who has been to multiple COPs and is just an expert in the field, has been so informative and really excites me about my future and the path that I'm going to follow.
For me, as an international relations student, I've taken the class with Professor Gibson specifically about the politics of the international environment, and I thought the class was absolutely fascinating. I thought the subjects that we were covering were super important and super relevant. And so because of that, I reached out to Professor Gibson after the semester and tried to figure out how to do research with her. And because of that research position, I'm able to come here. And for me, it's just been an incredible opportunity to see everything that I've learned kind of come to fruition and see the conversations that we're having inside the classrooms are much bigger than that. And I think that that's a really important thing to realize, especially being a college student, because a lot of times I feel like everything is so academic and you don't see the real world implications of what you're talking about. And so here, it's been really great to see the significance of what we learned in the classroom.
I also took the class that TJ was talking about with Professor Gibson, IR 323, and I also found it very fascinating. I realized that I'm not as interested in politics, more like the human impact and the scientific basis for what we're discussing here. And yeah, for sure, it's been really great to take it out of the theoretical, as TJ mentioned.
That's what's so unique about us being able to be here at Wrigley, 24/7 for a full week, is that this is truly deeply situated experiential learning that we are all engaged in, from professor to graduate student to undergrad.
Being here and with all of the rich nature, the wild ecosystems, it's really important. It makes everything that we're doing that much more important. It makes the conversations that we're having more significant because we can see what the future can lose, what we have to lose.
Should I just go?
Yep.
I'm so not to laugh.
Murad Jah. I'm an environmental studies master's student, and we're here right here. Jah.
Are you kidding me?
You have to. He needs a moment.
You don't get
He needs a minute.